Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at you on another episode of Running With You. And today we got to run about this video I came across with Kate Hudson. Yeah, man, this woman has been acting in a lot of movies over time. And, she's on a podcast and she's talking about her dating life, And once again, women, y'all giving these red pill content creators all the ammo they need to criticize y'all. But she basically talking about, of course, why she attracted to bad boys. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's talk about Danny.
Yeah, because Danny, like, he's just such a good man, and I'm not so sure I was like attracted to the good man. I mean, I was attracted to good men,
Right.
but like, that the uncomplicated
Right.
kind of I liked a feisty, wild type. And
Uncomplicated. That's what he was. And he wasn't feisty enough and he wasn't wild enough. I always try to tell y'all, women, they like a tug of war. They like a chase. They like, a wild factor attracts them. Toxicity attracts them. Now, I don't think they want you to just be super toxic, going around sleeping with their best friend, going around sleeping with their sister, but just have the ability to attract other women and maybe even flirt with other women just to kind of keep them on their toes and know that they have some type of uh competition with other women because other women desire their man, unproblematic women, they get bored with stability. Usually guys that are good, they run a structured household, they stable, uh they're financially mature about their spendings and their funds, and they responsible. And what comes with that can be predictable. What comes with that can be lackluster. What comes with that can be, just non-exciting. The bad boy, usually, stuff will happen. Women got to get in put a position to hold them down. Women that have to be able to say that they held their man down during whatever type of time, and it just can never be a happy ending without some type of drama. Women like drama for quote unquote the plot. Women like to be able to go have brunch with their friends and tell how their boyfriend been an asshole lately, but he's getting it back together. They like that instead of just, oh, John, he's just so sweet, he's just so nice. You don't have no quote unquote tea. You don't have no drama. You don't have no excitement. Women like all this because that's why they go to the movies and see all these romantic movies. And these romantic movies don't just be romantic from beginning to end as far as, you know, uh as far as just a whole good timeline throughout the relationship. They had the ups and downs, and they like certain type of books. They like sexual books. They like exciting, dramatic books. Books where women can explore their wild side. So it's up to the imagination when it comes to women. You got to leave that imagination wandering.
because Danny has that in him, his values are very sturdy, and he's such a lovely person. And
Let's talk about Danny.
Now look at that. His values are very sturdy. He's such a loving person. This screams to me a guy who he dodged a bullet. Women who get with guys like this don't do nothing but waste these guys' time. Because these type of guys are ready to settle down. They're ready for something real. They're ready for commitment. They're ready for marriage or a long term relationship that could be very functioning. But some of these women, they like a toxic roller coaster, and these things don't last with men because men don't really get attracted to women like that. Women get attracted to men like that, but mostly men are get attracted to the woman who's boring. First of all, a man ain't even much gonna want the woman on a podcast spilling all the beans of their relationship. That's first and foremost. Second of all, women They like the man that could be exciting. They like the man that could be, toxic. They want to reform him and make him into the good guy. To whereas men, we ain't trying to reform a hoe and make her into a housewife. We want her to come already as a housewife. But I always say, people, you cannot change someone when you meet them. Whoever you meet them, however you meet them, believe who they are right then and there. Trying to change them will just be only be setting yourself up for failure. But this is yet another example of women liking toxic men. And in men, I would, always say to yourselves, man, just accept the fact that your girl who you married probably went through a few bad boys before they got with you. Now it's like finding a lottery ticket or a needle in a haystack to find a genuine good girl who's always had good morals, who's always had good principles, who always had good discernment to pick a right kind of guy. But you have to say to yourself, if she had all these relationships with these right kind of guys, why did it end? You know, why did it end? So for the most part, men, just kind of have it in your head that your girl probably went through a couple of bad apples before they got with you. And you just gotta hope that she's changed her life around and she just not with that anymore. But these the type of women we gotta choose from within modern dating. And this is yet another example of, women saying they like toxicity, when men all we want is just logic and no type of drama and all this going on. Now is there men who do that? But I think the men who do that is they're giving that type of relationship to women that they don't want to be in a long-term relationship, or they are young men. Now young men, you can love a girl and you'll still play games with her, but 9 times out of 10, the games that you're playing with her is just messing with other women because you weren't ready to be committed. you know but I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you like the video. Let me know if you're a woman and you had to go through your bad apples before you found a good guy, or you haven't found that good guy and you still dealing with messing with these bad apples. Let me know down in the comment section below what your experience was. Until next time, I'm out. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.